Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea Gabrielle, and today I'm going to be leading you through a 20-minute or so practice around mobility exercises that are targeting your strength and your flexibility. So we're going to stay grounded, no standing postures for this practice. If you have them, grab 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt, a robe, tie, or anything in that nature. All right, I'll meet you back on the mat when you're ready to get started. So first we're going to place our blocks at the top of our mat, and then we're going to go ahead and come onto our backs with our feet hips width distance apart. Bringing our feet to the edges of the mat, let your legs windshield wiper side to side. From here, we're going to go ahead and hug the knees into our chest, rolling the ankles in both directions. Flexing the feet and pointing. Doing that about 3 to 5 times. And finally, keeping the feet flexed, you're going to wave hello with your feet, or you can think about windshield wipering your feet. So really controlling the ankle movement here. Nice. And then keeping your left knee bent, you're going to place that foot on the ground. Let's go ahead and grab the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can just use your hands as well. So if you're using the strap, placing it around the ball of the foot or the arch of the foot if that feels good. And then you're going to press into the strap, pressing your foot up towards the ceiling. If you're not using the strap, we're bringing our hands to the back of the thigh. And keeping the foot flexed, we're going to just hold here for 5 deep breaths. From here, we're going to slowly open the leg out to the side. So your right elbow is going to come down in contact with the mat. If you're holding onto the back of the thigh, you're still going to press your right elbow into the mat. That left leg is going to squeeze in towards the mid-body. And we want to keep pressing the left hip down to the mat, so we don't want to roll away here with the movement. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in, come back to center. And then we're going to drag the heel down towards the glute and slowly press it back up towards the ceiling. Drag it down towards the glute. Doing this about 3 to 5 times as well. Nice. And then finally, we're going to angle our foot over our left shoulder. So we're not taking the leg all the way across. So try to keep the right hip pressed down into the mat. And we're just getting for maybe like 45-degree, maybe 30-degree angle here of the right leg. One more deep breath in. And let it go. Coming back to center. Hugging that knee back in towards your chest. We're gonna remove the strap, and then let's just open the knee over towards the armpit here. So continue to squeeze that left leg in towards the center of your body, squeezing the right leg in towards your armpit. Deep breath in, and let it go. Inhale through center, placing the right foot down. Inhale, left knee in towards your chest. Let's go ahead and bring that strap around the foot, or bring your hands behind your hamstring. And inhale, lift it up towards the ceiling. Just holding here, flexing into the foot. I forgot to mention here that we want to keep the tailbone heavy, so trying not to peel the foot back towards us, just getting a nice vertical line with the foot. And then we also want to be mindful of the knee, that we're not locking it out. Especially if the hamstrings are feeling very sensitive, we want to maybe add a soft bend to the knee. And from here, angling that foot out towards the left. Left elbow comes down towards the floor or to the mat. Right hip pressed down, squeeze that right thigh in towards the body. If you feel your right lower back peeling away from the mat, then you might want to just lift that left leg a little bit more, rolling fully onto the back here. 2 more breaths. Coming back to center, dragging the heel down towards the glute 3 to 5 times. Flexing back towards the ceiling. And finally, coming over towards the right, keep pressing your left hip down. The left foot might possibly line up with your right shoulder. Keep breathing here. Just coming back to center. Hugging the knee into the chest, go ahead and release the strap. Left knee towards your left armpit, holding here. And slowly come back to center. Let's hug both knees into the chest, extending them up towards the ceiling. Keeping the tailbone heavy, knees together, and then they open towards the armpit. Reaching on the inside of the legs, grabbing towards the ankles, the calf, maybe the outside of the foot, and rocking side to side here. Depending on the anatomy of your body, maybe the elbows are pressing into your thighs here. And we're just gonna rock gently side to side. So our goal here isn't necessarily to have the soles of our feet towards the ceiling. We want to keep the tailbone in contact with the mat. So if you're able to keep the tailbone heavy and then bend the knees more, lifting the feet towards the ceiling, then that's totally fine and you should go for it. But if you find that when you do that, you start to get into this position and the low back peels away from the mat, then we want to just stay right here with the feet maybe angled towards the wall in front of you versus towards the ceiling. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Nice, go ahead and close the legs like a book, bring the feet together. Let's roll onto our side, coming up to a seated position. We're gonna grab that strap one more time. And taking our arms out to a V, we're gonna reach the arms up overhead and start to press them back. The wider you take your arms, the easier this exercise will be. So if you're finding a lot of resistance, just see if you can take your arms even wider to the edges of the strap. And then if you're finding that this movement is too easy, then bringing the arms closer together. And then if you don't have the strap, it is kind of hard to do this without it, but you can still just go through the motion of circling the arms forward and back because it's still working the shoulder head. Last time. Nice. Go ahead and inhale, hands come up. Exhale over to your left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Keep pressing the hips down. One more time each side. Nice. Go ahead and bring the strap down, roll the shoulders forward and back. And let's take the gaze to the right, lifting it up and over, making a circle to the left. Back to center, take the gaze to the left and up and over to the right. Nice. All right, we can move the strap out of the way. And we're gonna come onto hands and knees. One quick guideline before we come into tabletop. We want to place 2 fists in between our knees, looking for that hips width distance apart. Of course, if you want to take the legs a little bit further, you can. And then for our shoulder width distance, we spin the fingers in. Middle fingers come to touch. If you have long nails, let the nails overlap. And then you spin the fingers back forward. And it's always just a good checkpoint to see where you are if the cue of, wrist under shoulders doesn't necessarily make sense to you, or shoulder width distance apart. And same with the knees and the hips. Now, the last thing we want to do is point through the feet and make sure our feet are not in child's pose feet. All right, so bringing our hands to our box, we're going to go ahead and step the right foot forward, coming to the outside edge. And then you can stay here, pointing through the foot still, keeping an active back leg. Or if you'd like, reaching the arms up overhead. Nice. Staying here, we're gonna just shift our weight forward 3 times, taking the knee past the ankle, keeping the toes and the heel planted. Last one. Nice. Now engaging the core, drawing that space beneath the navel in, drawing the navel in, hugging the rib cage in. We're going to take it back, exhaling, forward fold. Grab those blocks again if you need to. And then if you find yourself kind of really shifting your weight to the left, like even your hip is away from the knee, go ahead and take your legs wider. Take that right leg out to the side more, shift your left leg open more, and then just give yourself a little bit more space for this halfway split. You don't have to think railroad tracks here, or I should say a balancing beam. You can think railroad tracks so that you have a wider base here. And then let's inhale back up to the lunge, and shift it back one more time. Melting, letting the shoulders round over, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Come back into the lunge. Tuck your toes here. Let's reach that right arm up towards the ceiling, breathing in. And exhale, place it back down. Go ahead and come back to your knee. Slide that right leg back, and then let's send the left leg forward. Same thing. Inhale, lift. Maybe the arms come up here if it feels nice, and we're shifting forward. Pointing through that back foot. Nice. And sending it back. I'm going to go ahead and open my legs on this side as well, finding that wider stance. Driving my heel into the mat, peeling the toes back. And just like with our earlier exercise, if you need to bend the knee, definitely take that adjustment to give yourself a little bit of relief in the hamstring. And last one, deep breath in and out. Inhale, rise once more. We're going to take it back one more time. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Nice. Go ahead and tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, place it back down. Lowering down to the knee. Coming to a kneeling position. Sitting back on the heels. Nice. From here, let's go ahead and tuck the toes. If you'd like, you can reach around. Really try to bring all 10 toes in contact with the mat, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. If this is too much pressure, you can always lift and place the hands on the knees and not sit all the way, or on the blocks and not sit all the way back. Last breath. Nice. Go ahead and bring the hands down. Paddle out through the top of the feet. And then finally coming back onto our bottoms. We're going to please keep the blocks nearby just in case. And then we're going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Coming into this 45 or 90 degree shape with the legs. What I want you to think about is as you shift, keep your body upright. Try to be hands-free here, or a light bracing of the hands so that the pelvis stays forward. We're not dumping into the low back. And we're being really intentional, not just letting the legs go side to side. Now for here, if you'd like to grab your blocks to frame your front leg, you can. We have the right leg in front. We're flexing through both feet. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward. 3 times. One more. And coming back up, we are going to lift that back foot. Think about driving your knee into the floor. 2 more, we're going for 5. Woo. All right, now let's go ahead and rock that out, going side to side. Same thing, try to keep the pelvis forward. Nice. Left leg's dropped over, left leg is in front, same thing, we're hinging at the hips 3 times. And 5 times lifting that back foot. Nice. Go ahead and come back to center. We're going to just rock it out one more time. Alrighty. And let's come into a straddle. Wow. My right hip is still cramping. All right. Take a little break if you need to. I'm just trying to find the relief. All right, we're gonna come into a straddle, flexing the right foot, and we're gonna stretch over towards the right, keeping the left leg bent, pulling the chest forward. Nice, and bring it back up. Same thing, other side. Left leg extends, right leg is bent. Beautiful, coming back up. And then for this final move here, we are gonna bring the blocks back in. We're coming into our forward fold. Feet are together. You're gonna place a block on the outside of your feet, and then you have the other block in your hands. As you inhale, reaching that block overhead, drawing the core back in. As you exhale, we're looking to create this stacking motion, really emphasizing the reach here. So I have long arms, which I know gives me an advantage here, but it's more so about just really thinking about the reach, visualizing it, and going for it. And last one. Ooh. Nice. Go ahead and place the blocks to the side. Our last movement here, we're gonna come into a seated gentle stretch that you can just kind of do every day. We're breathing in, reaching the arms up. As you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, right arm comes up. We're folding back over to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop your right hand to your knee. Curve the spine over. Inhale, pull the chest forward. One more time. Exhale, curve the spine. Inhale, pull it forward. And exhale, curve the spine. This time we inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, fold to the right. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand drops down, curve the spine, 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me for this practice. I look forward to having you join me next time, and please like, comment, and subscribe.